Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today I want to give you guys a video of my first impressions after playing Borderlands 3. Now, if you guys don't know, I was flown out to LA recently to the Borderlands 3 premiere. I got to actually play the game like first in the world with everyone else and all the other streamers and YouTubers and everyone else. There was a ton of people there. It was a really, really cool event. And in the process, I got to play a bunch. I played for about an hour and 40 minutes. And here's the gameplay recording of that. So you can see in the background, there's a bunch of other computers and stuff. And if you see my face or my lips moving, that's not actually me talking. I'm doing a voiceover right now. So, what I wanted to say is that my first impressions, okay? What did I think of the game as someone who has played Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 now? This game is definitely a step in the same direction as Borderlands 1 and 2. They're not trying to do things wildly different, which we've found in the past, especially with like Destiny 2 Year 1. Taking things in a very different direction is not necessarily the best idea. So I like that they've taken the game and essentially added to the game what has already been really liked and what has been loved at the game. They're taking the weapons and making them even crazier with different weapon modifications, different weapon abilities. There's a freaking gun that shoots cheeseburgers, okay? They've got a bunch of crazy stuff. There's a gun that shoots a giant electric disco ball of death and starts like zapping people under it. There's a ton of guns, a ton of different gun variations, and that wacky, zany craziness is the stuff that people really like. If you've ever played Borderlands, that's the stuff that you're going to like and you're going to love. Um, Everything that this game is going to offer from what I've seen. And if you've never played Borderlands, it's actually really set in for a good pace that if you have never played a Borderlands game, that you're really going to enjoy this game as well because it has an awesome sense of humor. It has a lot of fun, a lot of grinding, a lot of replayability. The farming in this game is going to be endless. You're going to constantly be farming different bosses for different loot and different weapons. And so, my first impressions are that the gameplay was actually extremely fluid, felt really good. It felt like it should feel. As I walked through the map, as I roamed through the map, everything looked smooth and played really clean. And on top of that, the gunplay was really clean and smooth and so diverse as well. Plus, you've got all types of these crazy abilities. You can see as I'm playing, I'm using a variety of different abilities. So much different variations in what you can do with your essentially your subclass build and how you can change yourself and customize yourself. And I was only able to play just the beginning start of the game, essentially about an hour and a half into it. They put me at like level 10, and so I was only able to progress to like I think level 12 by the end of it. So I didn't really get to play a full plethora of the game, so I can't get into the specifics of it. But there are some negatives that could be said. There could be a lack of end game content. We'll see what the end game is like. Of course, grinding for weapons is always fun when you're looking for those magical rolls, but maybe we've become accustomed to, especially in the looter shooter genre, having raids, and we'll see what it'll be like without having raids like we're accustomed to in Destiny. And of course, the lack of PvP will always be an interesting dilemma for me, especially. I'm a PvP player. I love PvP. I find the most replayability in first person shooters in PvP, as I think maybe most people do. But in this game, there is no PvP, which I think is okay because dear God, I can only imagine balancing the sandbox in PvP for this game would be absolutely atrocious, or maybe not even possible. So having any sort of sense of balance would be crazy for PvP in this game. But let me know in the comment section below. Do you think PvP could even be a possibility for this game? I'm sure that Gearbox has thought about it at some point in time, but I don't think that there's any plans for PvP to come out in this game. There was no rumors or anything that I've heard up until this point. So those are my positives. Those are the negatives. I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And I do want to say that when this game does launch, I'm going to be playing a ton of it. And so I hope that you guys are going to be around watching the YouTube videos, watching the streams, because I'm really excited about this game. I found it to be a lot of fun. And whether or not it has the absolute most replayability that I'm looking for, I'm definitely going to sink some serious time into this game alongside with what Destiny 2 does in the future, because I do still enjoy Destiny 2, even though it does have its downsides here and there. I still will be playing Destiny 2, and I will also be adding this to my regular playtime throughout the week. So look forward to some Borderlands 3 content coming up soon. I may be able to play it for E3 as well. I might be able to live stream at E3. We'll see if I'm able to make it to the event this time. But other than that, I do want to know your thoughts. I'll be reading all the comments, so leave something down below. And thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.